I want to take a moment to weigh in on this Zimmerman case in Florida where the gentleman followed and shot the black teen after it doesn't appear the teen was doing much of anything. Maybe guilty of being a little bit aggressive after Zimmerman had confronted him, but so far it's not looking good for Zimmerman. Now I have just sat down, I have listened to all the 911 calls, Zimmerman's call, his neighbor's calls, I've looked through some of the police reports that are available. I've also read Zimmerman's previous arrest record, I've read previous complaints made by neighbors against Zimmerman himself, and my conclusion at the end of the day about this case itself is that Zimmerman is a loose cannon and needs to burn. I think this guy is the worst example of gun ownership that you could possibly have. He is what a lot of people on the gun forums are calling him, a mall ninja, and I completely agree. For those of you who don't know what a mall ninja is a tiny, tiny little man who gets his sense of power and authority through his firearms and through tactical advantage over other people. They're people that have been repressed their entire life. They're usually people that have been picked on. They're basically nerds with guns. And I really get that impression from this guy. They're nerds with guns and a chip on their shoulder. And looking at his past arrest record, looking at his past history with his neighbors, and looking at what he did just now, I think that suits this gentleman correct. I mean, I'm not the person who pinned that title on him. I've seen it in the forums today, but I will agree with that title. Now, like I say, even though I believe this guy needs to burn, badly I believe that, I am also willing to accept that if Florida's stand your ground laws calls him to get off, I'm willing to accept that. I think that would be a gross misuse of the law, but if it happens, I have to accept it because of the foundation of the law. Now, people who say that this law needs to be overturned now because of this event, I kind of want to talk to them in a way that says, well, you got to look at this like as if you would free speech. To me, the right to defend yourself is one of the fundamental rights of this country. It's one of the fundamental privileges that we agree, and yes, I did say privilege because a lot of countries don't have that. This is a privilege granted to us by our society, and our society is us coming together and saying, these are the rights we need to have, and we will protect each other's rights to do this. So by doing that, that is one of the things that we in this country enjoy. So you don't see that in a lot of other places. So to me, free speech and the right to defend yourself, they go hand in hand. Now, when people, even though I don't agree with what someone says, I'll still defend their right to say it. And even though I think, even though someone misuses a current law that's a self-defense related law, I still don't condemn the law, condemn the person. Just like I do with speech. I don't condemn the right to free speech. I don't say we should take away free speech because someone is preaching bigotry and hate. I condemn that person, not the act of free speech. Now, a lot of the people you see, maybe a lot of really lefty people who would always make this great stand of they'll disagree with what someone's saying, but they'll die defending their right to say it. They're the same people that will come down on the law in Florida stating, well, self-defense laws, these are just garbage, people misuse them, blah, blah, blah. Well, people misuse free speech all the time, so your moral system is a little confused there. Your thought processes are a little backwards on these two different subjects because they want to try to say, well, free speech doesn't get people killed. Well, I hate to break it to you. Free speech gets more people killed than anything else in the world, I do believe. Words are some of the most powerful weapons you can have. Words incite crowds. Words incite people. Words cause race wars. Words cause ethnic cleansings. Words cause the uprising of the Third Reich. One of the reasons it was so successful is because Hitler was such a great speaker, and he spoke to people's darkest nature. He spoke to their hatreds. He spoke to their prejudices. So speech is just as deadly, if not deadlier, than any gun laws. So if you're going to support free speech, you have to support the right to defend yourself. So even though I disagree completely with what he did, I can't condemn the atmosphere and the environment that allowed him to do it, that caused him to get off, because I completely agree with the law. I disagree with the person. So just like I disagree with what some people say, I agree with their right to say it, I disagree with some people who abuse self-defense laws, but I still agree with the right to defend yourself.